So this is our fourth week of our interviews where we ask people, tell us stories about the importance of the community has been in your life. So this is great to have you. This is Amanda Romel. Amanda, good morning.
Good morning.
And so you're one of the newer folks that we've interviewed. Tell us about your arrival. When did you come and what was that like?
I came to Trinity in February of 2023, and it was great. Pretty soon after I arrived, I started attending the Breakfast Alpha and just, getting to know different folks at Trinity and just started making those connections. So it's been really great.
I know that you serve on the usher team. I've seen you at all the outdoor cleanups. I mean, you're a knit, pray, crochet. I mean, it seems like you're showing up for just about everything we do. So you're very busy here. So
Absolutely.
of all the things you do, one of the things I know that is really important has had an impact on you has been the Wednesday night women's group. What can you tell us about that group?
That group has been so special for me. When I started or when I was invited to join that group, I was really nervous because I've never been in a Bible study group before. I hadn't really studied the Bible before. But that group was very encouraging. And it's really not all Bible study. So, we do have some time at the beginning of each weekly meeting where we're chatting and getting, just having some social time and sharing what things are going on in our lives. And that really helps us when we're praying for each other, at the end of the meeting, because, we all know what to pray for. And, it's just very special and encouraging. So,
I mean, with your job and as busy as you are, I mean, how do you feel the impact? Like I'm going to guess that there are some Wednesdays where you're just dragging in from work, and meanwhile you have to show up at 7, and so there's got to be something that stirs you to want to go. And I'm also curious what happens like after you go. I mean, can you sense that? How does that affect the rest of your week?
Absolutely. There are definitely certain weeks where, you get done with that work day and you don't want to go back out to do something because you're just so spent. But just knowing that when you go there, you're going to have that great connection with the group of women that we have, and you're going to leave feeling rejuvenated and, connected back to God and Jesus. And, whatever that stress is, people are going to pray for that. And it just keeps that connection throughout the week and kind of grounds you back into, that journey. So it's really worth making that effort to get back out in the evenings and go do that.
So I know that some of the folks that lead have been around Trinity for a while, but I know some of the folks, are not necessarily folks you see every Sunday. So here's a question for you. If there was a person, a woman, who was interested, or maybe they were going through some tough times, is that the kind of group that a woman who really doesn't attend Trinity, or maybe is not sure where they are with Christianity, could they attend a group like that?
Absolutely. This group would be helpful for anyone, whether you're brand new on your journey with Christ, or if you're very experienced, if you're going through a challenging time, if you just want to give support to someone. We have, all types of people at various points in their journeys, participating in the group, and we all just come together and share that encouragement with each other, and it's very beautiful.
Wow. So one last question. So when we were talking before, you said this was not only had you not been in a Bible study before, but you were kind of new to Christianity. And then you said that we share at the beginning, and that becomes the way that we end up praying for each other. So you're telling me you arrived in February. Do you actually pray out loud at this meeting?
Sometimes. I'm not as much as others. Sometimes I listen more than I actively pray out loud, but that's definitely been something that you have the space to grow into that. There's no pressure to pray out loud if you're not ready to that time or that day. You can pray silently, but it's definitely something I'm working on.
It sounds like one of the best groups we have going in terms of making disciples of Jesus. I mean, it sounds like, so would you say you went from knowing some things about Jesus to maybe knowing him more? How would you characterize that?
Absolutely. I would say that. I think that, the combination of that group and just regular attendance on a Sunday just really takes it from sort of a surface level understanding that, someone might have of Christianity just from the culture and just being raised sort of in that a little bit, to actually developing your own personal relationship and prayer life. And it has certainly helped me with that.
Well, that's fantastic. So thanks so much for taking time out of your work day. I know you're working from home, so we won't tell anybody at the Edna. So thanks for your time today. And thanks for everybody who so far has been able to come up and do an interview to talk about the impact that just being a member here, the impact of the community on their lives, both in their worship lives here, but also in their lives outside of church.